If you're up at 2 a.m. Googling, is my baby getting enough milk, while staring at their little chest to see if it's moving, this is for you. You do not have to weigh every feed, log every drop, or obsess over ounces to know if your baby is okay. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the real signs that your baby is getting enough breast milk and the red flags that mean we want to give you some extra support. So you can stop spiraling, stop second guessing yourself, and actually enjoy feeding your baby. I'm Amber Ginn, IBCLC and founder of The Latch Link, where we help overwhelmed moms get clear, judgment-free answers to questions exactly like this one. We work with moms every day who have been told 1,000 different things by their doctor, their mother-in-law, and random people on the internet, and they're still left thinking, okay, but is my baby actually getting enough? In my practice, we look at you and your baby as whole humans, not just your boobs and a number on the scale. Quick disclaimer before we dive in, this video is education, not individual medical advice. If you have any concerns about your baby's health, growth, or safety, always talk to a lactation professional who can look at your specific situation. All right, let's get into it. First, we have to talk about why ounces make moms absolutely lose their minds. You see a bottle with 3 ounces printed on the side. You see a pump output with a nice, neat number. And your brain goes, okay, that's real, that's measurable, that's safe. But when you're breastfeeding at the breast, you can't see it. So your brain just automatically assumes it's probably not enough. On top of that, most of us were never taught what normal looks like. So you might be comparing your baby to a formula-fed baby drinking big bottles, your friend's pumped ounces, or some random chart you saw on Pinterest. And then you decide that you're not doing a good job. I want you to hear me right now. Your worth as a mom is not measured in ounces. Today, we're going to use multiple clues together to answer the question, is my baby getting enough? Not just one pump session, not just one fussy evening, the whole picture. Let's start with the easiest daily check, diapers. In the first week of life, things change fast, but once you're past the newborn transition and your milk is in, a baby who's getting enough breast milk will usually have plenty of wet diapers spread across the day and regular poops that are soft. We're not going into exact numbers here because it depends on age and stage, but the big idea is this. If your baby is having very few wet diapers, the diaper is barely just damp after many hours, or you go long stretches with no pee at all, that is a red flag and you should call your provider and get help right away. If you're changing wet diapers consistently and you're seeing stool that looks normal for their age, that's our first big clue that milk is going in and coming out the other side. So instead of thinking, I don't know if they got 2.5 ounces or 3 ounces, ask, are we seeing a healthy diaper pattern for this age? Next, let's talk about weight. Yes, weight matters. Babies are supposed to grow, but we care about the trend over time, not one random number. It is normal for babies to lose a little bit of weight right after birth and then regain it. What we're looking for is, are they back to their birth weight in the time frame your pediatric provider is aiming for? After that, are they tracking along their own growth curve at checkups? If there's a real concern, it's usually not a huge mystery. Your pediatrician will say something like, hey, we're not seeing the weight gain we want. Let's look at feeding more closely. What I see a lot is moms whose providers say, everything looks good, but the mom is secretly mentally spiraling because the number on the scale didn't jump as high as she thought it should. So here's what I want you to take away. If your pediatrician is happy with your baby's weight trend and you're seeing good diapers, that is huge evidence that your baby is getting enough. But if your gut is still telling you something feels off, it's okay to ask more questions or to book a session with an IBCLC who can actually watch a full feed. Look at how your baby transfers milk and help you connect the dots. We're not big fans of weighing every feed. That tends to create way more anxiety than answers. We would rather look at the whole picture, latch, swallowing, diapers, and how your baby is gaining weight over time. By the way, if as you're watching this, you're thinking, okay, this helps, but I still want someone to actually look at my baby and my feeds, that's what we do at The Latch Link. If you have Aetna, Anthem, Cigna, or Blue Cross Blue Shield, there's a good chance your insurance will cover virtual lactation care with someone on our team. You can check your coverage and book a virtual visit by clicking the first link in the description. All right, let's keep going. Now we're going to talk about what I care about most as a lactation consultant, what a feed actually looks and sounds like. Here are some good signs your baby is transferring milk well. After the first few sucks, you see or hear regular swallowing. Their jaw movements are deep and rhythmic, not just tiny flutter sucks. They stay engaged at the breast, not popping on and off every few seconds in total frustration. Over the course of the feed, they start to become relaxed and sleepy. If every single feed feels like a wrestling match, they're screaming at the breast, they fall asleep the instant they latch and never really wake up to eat, those are red flags worth bringing to a board-certified lactation consultant who can actually watch a feed and figure out what's going on. But if most feeds look like baby gets on, sucks, swallows, settles, and then comes off looking like they just had a Thanksgiving dinner, that is a really good sign. Again, I'm looking at the pattern across the day, not one weird feed when you were both overtired and overstimulated. The next sign is how your baby acts between feeds. All babies cry, all babies have fussy fussy times. Cluster feeding in the evening is normal. So please don't take a fussy hour and interpret it as, I have no milk. What we care about is, are there stretches in the day where your baby seems content, alert, looking around, not just screaming nonstop? After most feeds, do they have at least some time where they seem satisfied, even if it's short? If your baby's inconsolable all day, never seems content after feeds, or you just feel like nothing you're doing is helping, that's worth getting support for. But if your baby has fussy moments and calm moments, and they're having good diapers and gaining weight well, that is consistent with getting enough milk. Now let's quickly hit a few things that do not, by themselves, mean your baby isn't getting enough milk. You don't pump as much as your friend. Pump output is not the same as what your baby gets at the breast. Your baby sometimes cluster feeds or wants to nurse again 30 minutes later. That can be completely normal behavior, and certainly don't stress if other people's babies drink bigger bottles of formula. If they have a different feeding method, there'll be a different pattern. I have seen moms with great supply convinced they have no milk because the pump only gave them an ounce after a full day of nursing. Your baby is way better at getting milk out than a pump is. So instead of obsessing over those comparison points, come back to diapers, weight trend, what feeds look like, and how your baby acts between feeds. Let's talk about when I really want you to reach out for support. You should reach out if diapers suddenly drop off or are consistently very low. Your pediatrician is concerned about weight gain, you're seeing painful feeds, damaged nipples, or your baby can't stay latched. Or honestly, if you are just losing sleep over this question and need someone to walk through it with you. Getting help is not you failing. It is you being the boss of your journey and getting data and support instead of guessing alone at 2 a.m. You deserve that. If you're watching this and thinking, okay, I need someone in my corner, our team here at the Latch Link would love to help. Your insurance may cover virtual lactation care through the Latch Link, which means you've already paid for the support and you might as well use it. If you have Aetna, Anthem, Cigna, or Blue Cross Blue Shield, click the first link in the description to check your benefits in a couple of minutes and book a one-on-one virtual visit from your phone. We'll look at your baby, your feeds, your goals, and make a plan that actually works for you. If this video helped you exhale even a little bit, hit subscribe and leave a comment so more moms can find judgment-free, no BS breastfeeding support. You're a mom who cares deeply, and that's exactly why you're watching this. So trust yourself, trust your baby, and remember, you don't have to do this alone.